Howdy ho, howdy ho. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, maybe. It's time to play some more F1 2019 today. Thank you again for the follow, Screamlight. I just saw the alert there as you were joining. By the way, I don't know if you have noticed, but we hit Twitch affiliate now, which means there are emotes on the channel now. We have a cool little Vinkorok emote there for those who might want to display the power of the legend. There are some. There are also some subscriber badges, which are actually just the MSTF1 logo. I haven't really planned. I haven't really planned this out at all, actually. So this is going to be mostly temporary, I think. At least the badges, at least. And the Vinkorok emote, I might refine that because that is actually literally just a picture I took from the internet, and it's not exactly copyright cleared for use. But yeah, it's been getting pretty cool streaming for everybody here. Getting quite quite excited. But yeah, also if you look on the descriptions and on the channel points, there are sound alerts. I believe that let me see here. There are a couple of sound alerts here. There are two codes from MSTF1. One is the classic. Let's see if this works.
No one can break the Vinkorok! Master of strategy and just all around a clever fella.
Oh, I heard that. Did anybody else hear that? Because I think that means it is working. Awesome. So yeah, you can, for 3,000 channel points or 500 bits, which you actually have to pay for. But yeah, 3,000 channel points or 500 bits, you can redeem the classic quote of "No one can break the Vinkorok." The classic meme that still endures to this day. Even got aped a couple of times by the actual F1 Twitter. There is also another quote from a different episode. This is from Singapore 2016. I just found out. Actually, I looked back on the scripts, trying to find out these quotes. It's this one.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh, sweet mystery of life, at last I found you.
Some classic young Frankenstein action there. That's from the Singapore 2016 video. I don't exactly remember what happened for me to get that reaction, but yeah, I do know that someone actually came in on the chat quoting that, and that's how I was reminded that I actually said that before. Anyway, I think we are all set to go. Let me just close down anything that might distract me from the stream here. I think we are all set. Yep, all's good, all's well, so let's get going then. As you can see from yesterday, we left after the Canadian Grand Prix with our first podium in the Alfa Romeo as David Tabernacle. We finished behind Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton won and Vettel was second. We got that penalty because Valtteri Bottas had a 5-second penalty. And we ended up being just under the gap. Just enough under the gap to actually snatch the podium from him. So that was very nice. And the current point standings has us in 7th place with 44 points. And our teammate Kimi Raikkonen is in 11th with 12 points. He's been getting some good results lately. Devin Butler, our main rival, is still in 13th with only 8 points. He has not scored since the first race of the season. And our old teammate Lucas Weber is in 19th. Still scoreless on the Williams, unfortunately. Both him and George Russell. But yeah. The next race of the season is in France, in Paul Ricard. So, without any further ado, let's get going. So, how is everyone doing today? Did you all like the sprint race? I liked it. I enjoyed that. It was pretty entertaining to see all the drivers go out, balls to the wall, try to go as fast as they can. Seeing that start by Alonso, jumping 4 places in the first 4 corners, that was amazing. And seeing Carlos Sainz actually recover from that big setback in the beginning, the little clash with George Russell, that was also nice to see. Glad his race didn't get ruined so bad. Anyway, Carl, this is a preview. It's just showing the track map, development features. Oh god damn it, with the rear wing. Shit, rear wing development failed. Ready to go for FP1 is in the complete package, and the forecast. Forecast is all good. Sunny qualifying, and the race is gonna have some clouds. Wait, let me take a look at this R&D. Because well, it's just showing that the. I think we can try this again for less price. Yes. Yeah, screw it. Let's just try it again. Hopefully it won't fail this time. And yeah, we only have 8 miserable little points for development, but hey, we are still top of the midfield. We are just behind the top 3 of Mercedes, Red Bull, and Ferrari. So we are still doing great here. We are we are actually quite far and away the best car in the midfield. We have developed this car very quickly. God damn. Vehicle management, I already changed some of the stuff yesterday. We were having some trouble with wear and tear on the ICE, the MGUH on the turbo. Already changed that. Also changed the gearbox because that was also getting some wear and tear, just the standing. So it's time to do some practice. Let's run some practice laps and get some development points. Also, before I forget, I also got some more follows overnight when I was asleep. So I also would like to thank who else? That damn Double C, Meme Master Dasha 44, That One JD, Gold Power 89, and Redo Husky for the follows overnight. I wasn't here to see that, but yeah, pretty cool. It's really cool to see everyone following here. Just before the stream started, I was at 69 followers, so that was very nice. And then Screamlight came in here to follow it up with a cool 70 followers. So yeah, really cool stuff. This is growing very fast. I'm really enjoying this. I really like seeing everyone actually come here and enjoy my content again. So thank you very much. My cat really needs to stop rubbing herself against the microphone. This is getting very annoying. Please. So, like we used to do, drop the wing, drop the front wing, raise the front wing, and drop the tire pressures so we can get some less wear on the tires, and go a little faster on the straights maybe. Yeah. Nope, don't back out. Go to the practice program. Let's do some acclimatization. Acclimatization, I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyway, let's get used to Paul Ricard. That's basically what this is for. It's for learning the track. We go. Pretty simple track this far. Easy lines to follow. Yeah, Paul Ricard is kind of boring to watch, but actually the drive is not that bad. This year's race was a little better at least, but I do recall that previous ones were not that great. I remember, I think it was 2018 maybe? I ended up actually falling asleep watching the race, so not the best track record for this track. Full speed ahead. No, I missed that one. Actually, let's try this again so that we can get a green gate, purple gate. There we go, went a little faster, got the purple. And I missed that one. Yeah. Fucker. Good job, Matt. Throw the flashback right on the fucking braking zone. That's gonna work.
Great stuff. You pretty much.
Regardless, we did pretty good. We got all the points. Let's do some tire management. Yeah. As usual, the goal here is to do just the tire management, ERS, and qualifying pace, because the rest is gonna take too long, and fuel management is a fucking ass to do. So we just don't do it. Just let it be and simulate it, because life is too short for that stuff. Damn, I am the tire savior here. This, I was not expecting to do this great on tire saving. This is very surprising. I was kind of expecting to burn the tires because it's all just fast corners and sweepers, a few tight turns, but it's a pretty flowy track overall. Yeah, like this. See? Kind of burnt it up a little bit there. And yet we are saving the tires so well, and still 1.5 seconds on the delta. This is it's a cakewalk, kind of. Well, I had to open my big mouth. Still,
Okay.
pretty good stuff. That was very nice. Very nice. Okay, tire management's done. Now we're just going to do the ERS and the
Ninth in
qualifying.
the speed trap, 321.1
1 kilometers per hour. That's pretty fast. That was very sloppy. But, then you didn't see that. Amazing, we are doing great. Now time for qualifying and then, well, qualifying practice and then actual qualifying. No sprint racing here today, but I guess 25% races will have to do. It's close enough. Yeah, when you think about it, today's race, today's sprint thing, they're not calling it a race actually, can kind of be considered like the close thing to the 25% races in the games. Because, you know, it lasted only half an hour, and that's about as much as the races here last, 25%. Well, there were no stops though. But yeah. It's kind of like they're taking something from the games to apply it in real life. Life imitating art. Yeah, like I said at the beginning, I quite liked the sprint race. It was a nice change of pace. It was cool to see everyone just driving their asses off instead of conserving through half of the race. We had some nice moves going on. Alonso's start and Carlos Sainz just absolutely chewing through the field to go back up to what, 10th place or so, 11th maybe. But yeah, it was a nice change of pace. I wouldn't want to see it every time, you know, because then it would cheapen the moment. But for a few races here and there, I would definitely want to see some more.
Good lap. With him.
Yeah, good enough lap. So yeah, I would definitely welcome a few more sprint races if at all possible. There are a couple more planned for this year, I think, in Monza and in Brazil. Although I don't know if the Brazilian Grand Prix is going to happen at all. But at least for Monza, I guess we have one more to look out for. That should be fun. Yeah, this is the second place. Second place, Mercedes is sandbagging as usual for the first practice, and Kimi Räikkönen up there in 8th place. Doing his own thing. Yeah, it's just practice. Doesn't matter the results. For me, it was just meh. I mean, for the most time, it was something incredible, but it's okay, I guess. I mean, yeah, it wasn't incredible, but it was cool to see the drivers just you know, trying to be more aggressive. You know, defending more aggressively, trying for more aggressive passes. I need to get my cat out of my lap because she is trying to rub into the microphone. Sorry. Yeah, but yeah, it was nice to see the drivers trying some different strategies instead of just following for as much as they can, and you know, trying to played on strategy. This time they were actually, overdriving the car as much as they could. You saw, some people weaving on straights, and Alonso even actually got told off at one time for because he ended up weaving on the braking zones. So it was an interesting change. But like I said, I wouldn't want to see it all the time. Just here and there, just to, shake things up a little bit. I have high expectations for you this season, so give it everything you got. It's important to qualify ahead of Kimi. Okay. Qualifying, same forecast, and I think it's going to be important to find a flow here. Pretty much every corner leads into another, and it's rarely as simple as brake, apex, power, So try to think ahead, and be careful to get your braking right in turn 8 and 11. Monza could be interesting because of the slipstream. Yes. It also it would change the fact that that people would stick with try to stay behind as much as possible to follow the tow from the next car. Although that would probably still happen in the Friday qualifying. So that would probably still be annoying, but it won't be as significant for the start of the race, at least. I'm against sprint racing solely because it fundamentally changes the structure of a Grand Prix weekend for me. The race was good fun, though. Yeah, I understand that, but I mean, I am always open to trying to change the format somehow. There was last year in Imola where they did only 2 practice sessions, and so the drivers went in less prepared for the race, and they and there was quite an interesting race as well because of that. But I've seen a few suggestions as well that this could be done as like an actual single race instead of having it lead into a feature race, and then instead of a main race we would just have a 30-minute race, 30-minute sprint. So I don't think that would actually be very interesting. But so maybe not have a single sprint race for the entire weekend be the main event. If they keep the sprint race, they're gonna have to make something else to make the grid for the sprint race. Well, they're doing the qualifying for the sprint race. The main qualifying from yesterday set the grid for today, and then the race from today will set the grid for tomorrow. Hey Shiv, welcome. Enjoy your VIP your VIP badge. I'm gonna focus on the qualifying here for a second. I'll re-chat in a little bit. Yeah, as fast as we are still behind on the straights, so we are not getting a pull here yet. Although on the corners, I gain a lot of time. It's pretty perceptible. Yeah, Shiv, we're affiliate now already. It was really quick. I'm really glad we got there really very quickly. It's on 75 AI difficulty, mostly because I am a baby, and this is the first game that I played for since 2013. On a second, and 7th place, good enough.
Excellent lap. We're really pleased.
Hey Shiv, thank you for the 5 bits. Really cool. I don't think it played an alert because it might have been too low. But if I switch, maybe does it show? There we go. I guess it was just a little too subtle. I didn't hear it. The game sound overpowered. But anyway, thank you for the bits.
Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
So we have qualified 7th and 8th place for the for this Grand Prix. And Lewis Hamilton's on pole, followed by Max Verstappen and Valtteri Bottas. So the usual suspects up there on the top 3. Whereas our rival, Mr. Devon Butlord, he is, wait, where's Butler? Oh, there he is, 15th. I kind of scrolled past him. I didn't see that the Toro Rossos were stuck together. And Lucas Weber is not last. He's in 18th. Although, kind of a bad performance by Lance Stroll. He's only in 19th. But yeah, we are set up for a pretty good race here in Paul Ricard. If I don't botch the start, we might sneak up a few places, maybe sneak on the podium again. Who knows? This ought to be good. This ought to be really good. So yeah, Nikas, this is on 75 AI because I am a baby and I'm playing on a gamepad, and I haven't played an F1 game since 2013. This is the very first game. This is the first of the modern quote-unquote Codemasters games that F1 Codemasters games that I have been playing. I hope that I can get 2021 soon, because that game is looking nice. I was just oh, we're talking about the 2022 car. Sorry, I thought we were talking about the 2021 game. Okay, let me just bring up the chat a little bit so I can read it better. It's on my phone chat, by the way. I like the 2022 car. It looks quite different. It looks pretty crazy,
Well done.
a little bit.
Very solid result.
But I'm hopeful that the changes that they made will actually allow for some closer racing. Overall, I actually like the car. It looks pretty, futuristic, I would say, even though it's being made for the present. But yeah, there are some weird bits about it, like the rear wing. It's a little bit weirdly shaped. And I guess the front wing as well is a little wavy, circular, but that's just stuff that we're gonna have to get used to. I mean, in 2009 we have the skinny wings and the large front wings. Everyone called those cars ugly, but then nowadays we have come so far from that it's almost unrecognizable. I actually like a few of the cars from back then, the Braun GP and the Ferrari. Those were very pretty cars, like way back in 2009. Anyway, what does Jeff have to say here? It's that time again, I guess. You nervous? Well, I'm sure you're keeping a calm head. Just try to visualize the first lap like we discussed. ERS mode to hot lap. Watch for opportunity to third shoe. Back off under ERS. Hopefully we avoid damage. Yeah. So same old. Anyway, time for racing. Glad everyone could join here for this very first race of the stream. Here in France at Paul Ricard.
Welcome to Le Castellet as we return from across the Atlantic for the 2019 French Grand Prix. Reintroduced to the Formula One calendar just last year after an absence of almost 3 decades. The circuit, Paul Ricard, where racing legends...
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see what the actual teams come up for the 2022 cars, because what we saw was just the Formula One's very own interpretation of their rules. And, what everyone else is going to come up with, we don't actually know. There might be, we're gonna have different noses, different wings, we're gonna have different body shapes, maybe body lengths. So, we haven't seen anything yet, really.
And they'll be maxing out on the Mistral Straight at around 205 miles per hour. Anthony Davidson, a very warm welcome to you as you join me in the commentary box for today's event. Let's talk about Wang. As with all the drivers at this level,
about
they have
Wang.
a lot of ambition, but Formula One's a daunting
Both the
step
front windows
up
look like the
from
Lotus
any other
2014.
series.
Oh, well, I don't
So
think so.
expectations are high right from the start.
I think ever since the 2014 noses, the disaster that year was, I think the FIA have been more strict on what kind of advantages teams can take
With the,
with the wings.
away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown
So
looks
I
like.
don't think we will see many of the phallic noses from 7 years ago anymore. Thank God. I still remember that time, and I still have some bad thoughts about that time. I remember on the very first race that the McLaren got a circumcision in the pit stop. There was because they had a little nose thing in the middle popping out, and when Justin Button, I think, came for the pit stop, and the front jackman pulled the thing down to get the car up, it actually chopped off a little bit of the front wing. So you could pretty much say that the car got a circumcision live on the race.
Isn't too long, so the pack will be bunched up. Take care.
Right, Jeff, this is a pretty solid strategy. Just one stop. Switching on straight into the mediums. Not gonna go with the two stop. I'm just gonna stick to this one. Alright, time to race. Oh, damn it, Bosch to start a little bit. Might lose a few places. Oh. Let's, oh, stick it on the middle. Keep them away. A little bit of dirt on the screen, but that's fine. We lost one place to Raikkonen, really, because we got the rest back. But who knows? We might get it back on a straight. Oh, there's Raikkonen going into Albon. Leaving the space open for me. Thank you, teammate. At least I hope I could pass Albon, but I can still take him into the chicane here. Look at that speed. We are running laps around him. There we go. Now we just gotta catch Kimi again. Wanna let him finish in front of me. That would be embarrassing. Losing to this old-timer. Had to back off a little bit. Damn, it's rough to follow here, these cars, even in the game. Oh, we have a good run here, I think. Maybe not. Are we done in a little bit? When we get to the next straight. Oh, too bad. Maybe I'll read it now. Are you still a Seb fan like before? Because I remember you were a fan from your old videos. Yeah, I still like Sebastian. The fanboy thing was really just played up for the videos, but yeah, I am still a fan of Sebastian. I still like seeing him do well. I was happy for him in Baku when he got the podium. After such a terrible start to the year. By the way, we got past Kimi. So, bye teammate. Thanks for the help. I mean, it's too bad that we didn't see Sebastian beat Hamilton during his time at Ferrari. But he had some good battles back in the day. It was fun while it lasted. Though I wish we could have seen Sebastian win at least one title in red. But who knows what's coming up on the horizon for him? Maybe he's going to win a title in green. Although I wouldn't get my hopes up. Regardless, speak of the devil, he's right in front of us. And he's trying to overtake Verstappen. And he did overtake Verstappen. Good job, Sebastian. Oh, we got a good run here on Verstappen. Great traction. Awesome.
You'll be on the mediums.
Maybe we can take on Verstappen, Sebastian as well? No, not quite. A bit too far back. I'm not going to try to send it on the outside there. That would have been a lot of trouble for me. Not even here. Still too far back. Maybe on a straight. Might get the DRS actually. It's the third lap. Oh yeah, there we go, DRS. Yeah, pretty much, it was mostly Ferrari's own fault that they never won. Although, you can't discount the fact that Lewis was and still is an amazing driver, and Mercedes were always at the top of their game. Ferrari had their chances, but they always ended up blowing it, either by the team's mistake or sometimes even Vettel's own mistakes. Like, you know, running off the track in the middle of a yellow flag, or just, you know, general strategy blunders. So there were always multiple factors that ended up impeding Ferrari from actually winning something, except for the odd race here and there. Maybe we'll get a run on Sebastian here. No, he's always covering the inside. This pretty smart AI. They're covering the inside. Read that on the straight in a second. Oh, Germany 2018 hurts so much you don't even like to remember it? Oh yeah, tell me about it. I sometimes think if I were still making videos during that time, how many races that would have hurt to actually watch back again, and what I would have tried to come up with. It's sometimes I do that. Even to this day, actually, sometimes I wonder how I could have turned the race into an MSTF1 episode. But I still don't like having to handle the copyright stuff and sitting down watching the race back. It is annoying. It's very tiring. I would sometimes spend upwards of like 8 hours actually sitting down and watching the races back to write the episode, so I would rather not do that again. It was pretty time consuming. Anyway, Verstappen here getting in front of us. Let's let him pass. It's already hard enough to catch up to Sebastian. Now we're losing grip, and keeping Max behind us is only going to be painful. We're boxing this lap anyway, so we might get a good undercut on them. I see some new people here have joined. Thank you for coming. Wherever you came from, I am Matt, or Skellingtor. I do some racing games. I am only beginning to stream here. This is F1 2019 career mode, because I don't have F1 2021 yet. Yeah, the videos, they look simple on the outside, but actually making them took quite a bit of time. I would always take out one entire day to actually write the episodes, and then another one to record the lines, and then maybe edit some of it. Sometimes I wouldn't be able to edit the whole thing in one day, and then I would take out like maybe another afternoon or so. But they were quite a handful to work on. Anyway, pit stop. Time to get some rest and get some water. By the way, if you have channel points already, you can redeem the hydrate command and get me to drink some water. Remind me to do that, because sometimes I forget.
Exit now. You'll be racing as you leave the pits. Go,
Yeah,
go.
undercut didn't work because we all stopped at the same time. But still gonna stick pretty close to both Sebastian and Max.
Look after these tyres now. We
Super
wanna finish
Max.
the race on this compound.
Poor Hulkenberg all the way back here. Still no podium. You know what? Maybe you should have actually gone to Renault and then bring them up to speed. so that we could actually get Hulkenberg on the podium finally. Maybe I should have done that, but anyway. I'm not gonna restart again. I'm just gonna stick to Alfa Romeo for now. Maybe later on when we transfer teams, but I'm not sure. We will see where this leads. Well, you know, I'm kind of indifferent to Max. Again, all the stuff most of the stuff that I did on the episodes, it's on MSTF1 itself was played up for views, which is played up for a character. But my actual thoughts on Max is just I'm indifferent. But it's nice to see someone actually standing up to Lewis and beating him and giving him a challenge. So, in that sense, I like Max. But overall, yeah. All fandoms, all crazy fandoms really are kind of dumb. And Max Verstappen is no different. Oh yeah, sometimes Max Verstappen can be a bit of a dick. So that's why I am mostly indifferent to him outside of the actual race courses. Ooh, let's get him. Let's get you. Let's get him here. Oh yeah. That was amazing. That was a nice pass.
We are one position above target.
Can we watch that back? Wait, let's do that again. Come on. Look at that, side by side in the Mickey Mouse section of the track. You do not see this in real F1, buddies. This right here is unrealistic. Especially an Alfa Romeo going past the Red Bull. Though the bad thing about this is that we don't get DRS, so we might just get overtaken again. Still, bragging rights. I overtook Max Verstappen twice. I get to say that. I think there's more people still yet to stop ahead of us, so
For the mediums, car behind on the medium tire.
yeah, plenty of people still stopping there, so we will get a few positions more. I think we might get back up to 5th place where we were before. 7th place rather. But yeah, still a good position.
We're leading our teammate by 13.9 seconds.
And I guess we're gonna be locked in fierce battle here with Max for the rest of the race.
Right, some information on Hamilton. They seem to have an issue.
Oh shit. Lewis is in trouble.
Caution, caution.
Lewis is in big trouble. Holy crap. I think he's gonna pull over. He's retiring. Oh yeah, there he is. Oh no, it's Bottas. Bottas is retiring.
Green flag. Okay, some information on Bottas. They are out of the race.
Yeah, I ended up passing on the yellow there. Couldn't let that slide. But still got a good run here. And we're gonna overtake Max Verstappen again. Beautiful. Anyway, 5th place now. Can we get a good run on the people up ahead? Now 4th place because one of the McLarens is stopping in the pits now. They were leading before. So this is now effectively 4th place. Can we get back on the podium? my favorite track is Spa-Francorchamps. For driving and for watching as well. There are many tracks that I like. You know, Suzuka as well. What else? Whoops. Ended up hitting him in the back there. Lost a little bit of grip. What else can I think of? At least on the F1 calendar. Let me see. Interlagos is also nice. But I think overall, it would probably have to be Spa. Although Istanbul is a good shout as well. And yeah, it technically is an F1 track. Oh no, buddies, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, Max? Was that Max or Lewis? No, that was Lewis. Oh man, I was following my lines. Free Chewer is not gonna go there, buddies. What are you doing? What is your problem? Okay, 3 cars are never going to fit in there. What were they thinking? I mean, yeah, it's the AI, but still, I get to complain. I'm the victim here. And Lewis is gonna get away scot-free with that if it didn't pause the flashback. Anyway, let's do that again. So, maybe we're not gonna cut across them? Yeah, let them through. Don't want any trouble here. Good afternoon, Steelcap. How are you doing?
Leclerc's in first
Hope
place.
everything's good with you. We're just locked in fierce battle here with Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen for a place in the podium. Although I seem to be losing it at the current moment. Yeah, I think this this career mode is starting to get too easy. I might need to change the difficulty a little bit for the next season.
There's 5 laps of fuel
Or maybe it's just this track that's too easy. Because I was doing really well on practice and qualifying. So maybe it's just this track. I do know that the AI difficulty tends to fluctuate between tracks in Codemasters games. So maybe we got lucky today on this race. I'm guessing that Hamilton must still be nursing some kind of problem because he is kind of far back. And I am very surprised that I can stay ahead of a Mercedes. I mean, we did see Valtteri Bottas retire with some problems there as well. So maybe those issues might be related. Whoop, ooh. Had a linear steer there on the second corner.
Gap to teammate behind is 16.9 seconds.
Well, Kimi's still in the points. So double points finish here would also be pretty good. Although looking at the blip on the radar there, it doesn't look like he is. Trying to look for the dark red blip on the mini-map. Anyway, so here we are, just chilling behind Max Verstappen yet again. I don't think gonna catch up to him because of all the dirty air. At least on the turns, I can get a good run on him, but and coming out of the turns, I kind of don't have enough traction to keep up. Except on the last turn. The
They're
last
speeding
turn,
up again, so I expect they fixed whatever the problem was.
oh yeah, there we go. Jeff just telling us about the issues that Hamilton was having, and they seem to be fixed. Because I noticed that even Alex Albon got past Hamilton there, so
There's
he
3
really
laps
was
of
nursing some
fuel
kind of
remaining.
problem before. All these Mercedes troubles, by the way, they opened up the door for a Ferrari 1-2. How wonderful. Hola, Mr. Alphabet Man. How are you doing? ¿Cómo estás? I'm gonna keep calling you Alphabet Man because your name is basically just the first 20 letters of the alphabet. Not bad. Good. I'm glad. Glad to hear you're doing not bad. It's a pretty nice day out here today. It woke up kind of cold and cloudy, but now in the afternoon it's almost 3:30 p.m. here. 3:30 p.m. The skies have opened up a little bit. There's some sun outside. And it's not terribly cold here today, so it's a good day. It's pretty nice here. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm also doing well. Not bad, Alphabet. Thanks for asking. Anyway, we're coming up on the last lap of the race here, still behind Max Verstappen. In 4th place, I don't think we're gonna get a podium this time.
This is your final lap of the race.
Unless by some miracle Verstappen got a penalty somewhere. But I don't think he did. But we're gonna get a good run on him here, actually. We're gonna get some DRS. Maybe we can get a little closer. Oh, look at that run. We are gonna get a run on him. We are gonna try to pass on the outside, but we are not gonna make it. Because 2 into 1 is not gonna go. And not even on the outside, because I completely messed up that turn, understeered. Went on the curb. Oh, Hamilton and Albon are getting feisty behind us. Hamilton wants that 5th place. Anyway, another DRS run here, but it's too short. Won't have enough time. And here we go. Cross the line.
Thank
In
you for all your
4th
hard work out
place.
there. That was a strong drive and a good finish. Well done.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, team. Thank you, viewers.
Ferrari have really pulled it out of the bag today.
Oh man, they did Mattia Binotto's hair really dirty. It just plopped up whatever they had in there. That looks nothing like his actual hair. Holy shit. But hey, Leclerc has won the race. Hello, Tomino. How are you? Hope you're well. There's Lewis in 6th. He ended up finishing behind Albon. Yep, that's
And
Leclerc.
here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race
Leclerc
today,
has won
and
the
a
race today.
stunning win for Ferrari.
Oh, he's like a little baby. Yeah, he was like, what, 22 when this race came out? 22 when this race came out, so yeah, pretty much a baby. I believe Leclerc is like a few months older than me, actually. So we're both 24. While he's out there driving for Ferrari, I'm here sitting in my bed talking to the internet. But I'm satisfied with what I'm doing. I'm happy to be here.
Further ahead at the top of the table. Some amazing talents out on the track today, but Anthony.
Yeah, but this is only the first race, so we still have a few more to go. So you came at the perfect time, actually. We're only just getting started
To
here.
see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. The lead at the top
Just
comes
wait for
down
Crofty
after a
to
strong
say his
weekend
word.
from the challenging pack. It was also a strong Grand Prix from Haas F1 this weekend. Fantastic work from the American team to move themselves further up the table. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.
Alright then, so final results of the French Grand Prix. We have Charles Leclerc and Sebastian Vettel doing a 1-2 for Ferrari, with Max Verstappen completing the podium, followed by just outside the podium, just a few tenths off the podium, David Tabernacle from Alfa Romeo Racing. That is us. Alexander Albon ended up beating Lewis Hamilton to the line for 5th place, who Lewis Hamilton actually had a few engine troubles in the middle of the race, and he was held back for a while until they got that settled. Nico Hülkenberg ended up finishing in 7th place, followed by Lando Norris, Romain Grosjean for the Haas, who got a few important points for the team. And rounding up the points is Sergio Perez in the BWT Pink Racing Point. Outside the points are Daniel Ricciardo and Carlos Sainz, followed by Kevin Magnussen, and my teammate Kimi Raikkonen ended up finishing 14th. Despite having a good start from 8th place and actually overtaking me at the start, he kept me behind him for a few laps, for a couple laps I think. Anyway, and wrapping up the rest of the race, the rest of the grid is Lance Stroll, Devin Butler, still scoreless in a Toro Rosso, followed by George Russell, Daniel Kvyat, Lucas Weber, and retiring from the race with also an engine problem, it seems, was Valtteri Bottas in the other Mercedes. So yeah, they kind of had, both Hamilton and Bottas seem to have had a problem at the same time, because when Jeff told me that Hamilton was having trouble, we actually saw Valtteri Bottas retiring. But that was a bit of a weird coincidence, I guess. Anyway, let's watch some highlights. Take a look at how the race went down. This was the start, which wasn't actually that great. I lost a few places in turn 1, but I ended up making them back very quickly, and I managed to stick it behind Raikkonen for a few laps. Yeah, you can see Hülkenberg and I think Lando almost passing me into turn 1, but I managed to keep them back. And there I am, getting past Alexander Albon. Actually, Kimi got past Alexander Albon, and he held him back for a couple of corners, and I also managed to get in there for good measure. That is us on the number 69 Alfa Romeo, which is very nice. There it is, passing to Raikkonen on turn 1, lap number 2. Give him a little bit of a shove, but it was all fine in the end. Don't buff out. That is one of many runs we got on Max Verstappen. Not quite an overtake, but I believe this might have been after the stop, actually. Yeah, this was after the stop. An attempted overtake on Max Verstappen didn't work out because turn 1 is very tight and we can't actually go too wide in there. So it doesn't quite work like that. We actually ended up getting a good run on him on the outside of a turn 3 or 4, I believe. And that was actually a pretty nice pass. I'm gonna have to go back and clip that, actually. That was a really nice pass. I really like that. And yeah, that was basically the rest of the race until Bottas and Hamilton had trouble. We just stayed behind Max. Overtook him a few times, but ended up having to hand the place back. Once because of the yellow flags, because I actually overtook him under yellow, unfortunately. And another because he was just too fast. I couldn't keep him behind me. Yeah, that was the French Grand Prix. Solid effort, solid result. A good race. But that is all we have for this Grand Prix then. Let's advance. Let's keep going.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts.
Sure thing.
Did you struggle to get through all that traffic today?
Yeah, actually, I kind of have the power advantage over people because I was getting good.
We all
Whoops!
underestimated you,
I was
didn't
getting good runs on the on the uh on the straights. You underestimated the team. Not quite Kimi, but yeah,
we? Well, that's
team
everything.
is doing really well overall. Getting a good haul of points. Getting a good haul, doing some good development. We are kicking Devin Butler's ass in the freaking in the rivalry. Where do I think Perez will finish tomorrow? Starting for the pit lane will be difficult. I'm sure he can at least get back into points. Didn't quite score as many points as I needed, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, yeah, about Checo, I think he can at least get back into points. So maybe 9th or 8th place, hopefully. I want him to keep doing well, despite all these setbacks. Start contract negotiation. Okay then, what can we get? Yeah, race position. I'm actually gonna turn this down a little bit because I don't think I can keep up finishing so high. Gonna turn it down to 6 actually. Expected qualifying position 11th. That's fair. And give me some medium things.
From here, we can change the team that
Oh yeah, we can change the team, but I don't quite want to do that. I want to finish off the season with Alpha, so let's not even do
The actual
that.
move won't take place until the following race weekend.
Yeah, I don't want to change teams in the middle of the season. So
All right.
let's do that.
It's been agreed. All that's left is to sign the paperwork. You'll be on this new deal from the next race weekend.
There we go, new deal. Gonna have to finish a little higher. May expect a race position, but yeah, got some good stuff going now. Let's try to develop some stuff. Let's get some durability here, maybe. Let's develop some gearbox durability. And I can't really get anything else, but sure. Should be fine. Should be good. R&D progress. We had the rear wing upper flap that failed in the last race. Hopefully it won't fail again. Vehicle management, everything's still fine here. So yeah, let's go to the next race weekend. Forgot to read the message there, but yeah, whatever. Nothing important, I guess. By the way, if anybody's new here, I would appreciate if you had a follow, turn on notifications, so you can watch any future streams. If you're already here from the beginning and you want to support me, you can now subscribe to the channel. You can click the subscribe button there. You will get a little Vinkelrock emote. Let's see if I can put it here. You get this cool little emote that you can use. That's Marcus Winkelhock in the spiker. And you can also get a sub badge from the MSTF1 logo on beside your name there if you want. So yeah, so I'm trying to give back some nice little perks for everyone who wants to support the channel, support the stream. Anyway, our team goal is complete 2 clean races. Hope I can do that. I mean, if you don't count a little RG, maybe no. I guess that means no argy-bargy at all, so... Well, we'll do our best. Morning everyone, preview, that's the track map. Everything went smoothly on the R&D, good. And, oh, look at that, we're gonna have rain on the qualifying. Wet conditions on track. And it's not gonna be an hour later, an hour after everything ends. No, it's gonna be the entire session. Gonna get feisty. Anyway, driver profile, there is nothing really to look at here. Let's go. Let's do some practice. We are going to Austria on the Austrian Grand Prix on the Austrian track, Red Bull Ring.
I've had a chat with Carl about the new parts, and we're happy that they've been integrated into the car okay. With any luck, you'll be able to feel the improvement, so give them a try.
Sure thing, Jeff. Let's... Wait, no. Let's not. Let's get the fucking setup here yet first. Yeah, 8 and 2 should be fine. Turn down the pressures. That should be good. And time to do some programs. Okay, yeah, leave me right on the corner. Almost forgot to turn there, almost went off. Good start. This is a fun track. I like this track also. It's very flowy, very nice to watch, very nice to drive as well. It was I think one of my favorite tracks in Gran Turismo 6 when I was still playing that game. And I was very happy to see it back in the calendar for Formula 1. When they brought it back. It was almost like 7 years ago. They brought it back for 2014. Wow. It's been a while. I remember Felipe Massa got a pole position on that race. That was also very great to watch. Shit. That was Felipe Massa's last pole position in Formula 1.
Program complete.
Program complete. Successfully complete. Right, time for some tire management. Just to blaze past all these programs. We're getting better at tire management recently. I guess maybe the car is getting easier to drive. Yeah, Austria's pretty underrated, and 4 races in 2 years is a bit too much. But well, they had their hand forced a little bit. But I agree, we shouldn't cheapen the tracks by racing on them that as much. But we were kind of forced to do that, unfortunately, due to some very bad circumstances. Like, I really wish we had gone to Canada instead of doing Austria again. But, didn't happen, unfortunately. Didn't happen like that. Great job. Great work. Let's do some ERS management now. Sepang. Ah man, I wish we could go back to Sepang. That was a fun track. The races were super late into the night. I had to wake up at like 4 a.m. to actually watch them. But yeah, it's a good Tilkadrome, that one. Herman Tilke designed a track, in case you didn't know. So he is actually capable of doing good designs. It's just that the FIA kind of forced him to make the Mickey Mouse shit that we see nowadays. But yeah, that track has had a few good times. It's too bad that I guess maybe it's not financially viable to go back there anymore. Don't know if it's for the track or for F1. I think for the track. I think F1 has got too expensive for Sepang. Excuse me for a second, I have to turn down this notification here that came up. Okay. There was a notification for an Xfinity race. We got NASCAR this weekend, by the way. It's the M Better Get Vaccinated 200. NASCAR Xfinity Series at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. In case you were interested. I mean, I sometimes watch NASCAR from time to time, but now is not the time for that. Now is not a good time at all. Now it's time to drive.
Our best lap so far is a 1 minute 10.0.
Oh, you are watching NASCAR right now, actually. Good. No, tomorrow I'm not gonna stream, so I might try to also watch the Cup race tomorrow. Give that a watch. I've been trying to keep up with NASCAR more this year. I've actually always been trying every year, but I always end up falling out with the series because there are so many races. There's a race almost every week, and I end up losing track of where I am in the championship. So most times I would just keep up with starting from the playoffs. But I've been seeing some interesting developments there as well in NASCAR, such as Chip Ganassi selling his team to Trackhouse. There's a new generation car coming in next year that apparently can kill drivers if they crash head-on or crash into the roof, I don't know. So, not a boring moment in NASCAR. Also, Brian Keselowski is leaving Penske. Austin Cindric is going to the number 2. And everything is pointing to the fact that Keselowski is going to Roush and is going to own his own team. That's gonna be cool. Anyway, good qualifying pace here. I hope McLaren do win a race this year because I am bored of seeing only Mercs and Red Bulls. Could happen. I mean, Lando is really driving the wheels out of that car, so we could see it happen. That's a possibility. It's a remote possibility, but still possible nonetheless.
It's time to remind
And I would really like to
ourselves
see
of our
that.
top three, who are Wang, Hamilton, and Alexander Albon. What an incredible practice session. The fun doesn't stop here, though. Join us again as the rest of the weekend unfolds.
Anyway, the results of this practice session, we did not sandbag at all because we did a qualifying pace, and we ended up first, but like always, practice doesn't matter. Brad is actually co-owning Roush. I mean, he had his own team in trucks, but shut it down. Yeah, that's kind of what I heard actually. He's going to Roush Racing to get a stake in the team. It's gonna be like Keselowski Roush, I guess. And I also heard that he's going to the number 6 in place of Ryan Newman. And there's so many rumors actually flying around. I can't always keep up because people are saying that Kurt Busch is going to either the 2311 team or he's going to Trackhouse with the new, because they bought the new charters. And now Matt DiBenedetto is leaving the number 21 because Harrison Burton is going to drive there. And I don't know where he's going to drive now. I hope he doesn't get left out of a drive because I kind of like Little DiBurrito. What do I think of BWT wanting Aston Martin changing their livery? I mean, every brand wants to be better seen. And I think I can understand. I guess I understand the fact that they think that their livery isn't quite as attractive as before, because you know, you going from bright pink to British Racing Green, a dark green, is quite a change, and I guess also because they're not the title sponsor anymore, they're not gonna get shown off as much, obviously. But I guess they could kind of give it a little shake up, you know, get some more pink in the car. I would have actually much preferred it if they kept the pink overall, because I really like the BWT livery, Racing Point. How do you think Grosjean in IndyCar is so far? I'm really enjoying seeing Grosjean in IndyCar. He's doing really well. He's really driving the wheels off that Dale Coyne car. Wow, it's really a Rick Ware racing car with the Dale Coyne structure around it. But he's doing really well. I am really enjoying seeing that. And also, we got the news today that he's driving in Gateway. So he's going to do an oval race. That will be interesting to see. But yeah, I was hoping he would actually win in the Indy GP. He was doing really great there. He got the pole. He managed to lead for a good while in the race, but he lost to Rinus VeeKay, who is not a bad driver to lose to. But yeah, ended up not happening that day. But it was still Rinus VeeKay's first win, so that was still a good result for everyone. Yeah, Emma, do your best out there today. Weather forecast is gonna rain. Make sure you take care into what I keep calling turn 2, but it's actually turn 3. What race will replace Australian GP? Turkey. We're going to Turkey. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, we're going to Turkey, I think. Turkey was supposed to be in June, in place of the Canadian Grand Prix, but then they were filled up with restrictions, and then we ended up not going to Turkey. We ended up doing Austria twice, again. And now that Australia is out of the calendar, I think we are going to Turkey again. Or no, I think Turkey is replacing Singapore. I don't think we know what's actually going to replace Australia. So, we don't know. But I do know we're going to Turkey. So, but I think it's actually in place of Singapore, not Australia. So, right now we don't know actually. Yeah, take care. Uphill, about as much traction on the exit as a non-stick frying pan. Also, pay attention to the last corner so you don't run out wide and lose time. You can carry a lot of speed in, but you have to brake early. Okay. Well, it is going to rain in the qualifying, so we're gonna have a lot of work cut out for us. It's replacing Singapore. Yep, thought so.
Thank you for joining us once again for today's qualifying session.
Oh, okay. I guess it's not gonna rain, cause but Jeff said it was gonna rain. Yeah, look at that. That damp conditions with light rain. That's I guess it's not soaked then. I guess the track is not soaked, so I guess we can still drive the softs. Well, okay, I guess. I thought it was gonna be pissing down. There's still some water on the camera, so it's not gonna be full. Not gonna be exactly grippy here. Oh shit! I am not doing too good out here today. No, let's try this again. Nürburgring or Hockenheim? The ones that you hope to replace the Australian Grand Prix? Yeah, that would be a good shot. I would love to go back to Nürburgring. Maybe even Hockenheim. Hockenheim, it's not a bad track. We could go back there. I would love to see another race there. Anyway, let's try this again. And Old Hockenheim, yeah, it's not a lot of action, but it's good. But it was cool to see the cars going super fast. Though nowadays, I don't think. Oh, bullshit! I don't think it would fly. Mainly because well, they took it down. They're not gonna build it back up. It's all just a forest there, only trees. And these cars, I think if you ran them in full beans for 80% of the lap, I think they will break down pretty quickly. Also, I don't think they would actually be able to run at full speed because there are only so few braking zones on the on a track to get some energy recovery. Because of the way that F1 is now, I think they would end up turning down the engines so that they would survive the entire race. Because we used to see a lot of engine failures in old Hockenheim back in the day. And across the line, I guess we are getting second?
We're very happy with that position. Well done.
Okay then, we are in second place. I think this is getting too easy. Although, you never know.
For tomorrow's race, but before we begin,
okay.
let's have a quick look at those who
We
will
are in
be
second
spotted
place,
the
but we
grid.
are still 4/10 behind
and
Valtteri
Max
Bottas.
Verstappen. Well, that wraps up
So I
qualifying,
guess
but don't
everyone
worry,
else behind
we'll be
me
back
kind of
tomorrow
struggled a
as we
lot
head into the Grand
during
Prix.
qualifying. Kimi Raikkonen is down there in 12th rather. And Devin Butler 16th. Lucas... Oh shit, Lucas Weber, look at that! Lucas Weber's in 11th. Good job. Man. I don't think the Hockenheim are never going, to be honest. The race will be in November. There will be logistical issues going from Europe to Asia, back to Europe, then Asia again. I suppose. Yeah. It would kind of... I guess it would be kind of an issue to have a... kind of a... I guess, flyaway races back-to-back. Although, I don't know. You've seen weirder things. I remember in the past we had the race in Baku and in Canada back-to-back. They would somehow have to bring everything from Asia, from almost Europe and Asia, all the way to North America. So, I don't know. F1 logistics are weird. You gotta watch the Wendover Productions video.
Well
Because,
done.
like,
That was a
it's all
good
shipped ahead of time. And I guess in that sense, having to change the shipping routes and dates, I guess, there will be kind of a big mess, and they will probably want to avoid that. Did you feel bad for Brazil during the Copa America? No, I didn't even watch that. I kind of almost forgot the thing was happening until someone pointed out that it was in the finals already. Actually, no one here, even barely anybody here, cared about the Copa America because we have much bigger problems that I'm not really going to get into because it's going to get political. But yeah, we did not want the Copa America to happen. It ended up happening anyway. No one cared. No one watched. And congrats to Argentina. Congrats to Lionel Messi. They deserve it. They deserve it more than us. Anyway, how are you feeling? Hope you had your fuel for breakfast because you're going to need all the energy you can muster. The guys around you are going to be pouncing any mistakes, so keep your head in the game and don't give them any chance. Try to keep your front wing in one piece, that'll be super. Anyway, we got some development points here, so let's see what we can develop for the next race.
I recommend we could go for something like this.
So let's do something on the powertrain, actually.
What do you think of this one?
No, shut the fuck up. Performance stable. Okay, this is gonna be a good jump on the powertrain, so I think we're gonna go for this one. Yeah, it's a major part impact. 29% failure. We're gonna go for it. Should give some love to the powertrain. Yeah, so keep it all balanced. But yeah, time to race, everyone. Not sure how this is gonna go because qualifying was a little bit out of the ordinary. But who knows? Maybe there's another podium on the horizon here.
Good afternoon and welcome to Spielberg and to a circuit that
I think
in one
Sepang could
form or
replace
another
Australia because it's
has
in
held
Asia.
every Austrian Grand
But then
Prix
again,
and
it really
championship,
matters. It
except
really
the very
depends
first
on
back in
the venue
1964.
availability as well.
It was in
It's
this race
possible.
that John
I would love to
Watson
see
lost
it.
a bet,
But we need to
and
see
he
if
did.
Sepang
He
would be
took
up to the
Team
task.
Penske 's only F1 victory in
And there's also,
1976.
well, MotoGP will also still races in Malaysia. I don't know how it's going there. I don't know if they had to cancel the race themselves. I have the MotoGP app here. Let me check real quick.
700 meters above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest
I
laps of
think
the season.
there might
One time
still
around
be
here is a distance
a
of
Malaysian Grand Prix
2.6 miles,
in
with the
MotoGP.
best overtaking chances into turn 1 or the tight uphill turn 3.
Where is calendar? Okay. Grand Prix of Styria. Motohan.
Alongside me once again
Yep, they're still
for
racing in
coverage of
Malaysia
today's
actually.
race, it's
MotoGP
none other than the
in
great
October,
Anthony
24th of
Davidson.
October.
Let's talk about
So after the
We're still
Thailand
relatively
Grand Prix.
new to a sport which does have a high learning curve
So,
and, of course, little tolerance for mistakes.
depending
That's right,
on
it
the
is a
time
difficult
frame,
environment to come into.
I guess it could be done.
Junior
The
categories
Australia
will
was
compete
supposed to
against
be in
drivers with
November,
similar
I think.
levels of experience, but some of these guys in Formula 1 have been there for
So
over
there
a
is a
decade.
possibility.
But I have to say, in this case, it's so far
South
so good.
Africa in Kyalami. Is that track grade 1 though? Is that
Off
can
the
that
back
track
of a
run Formula 1?
fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's
But
race.
also,
Valtteri
you know,
Bottas
there's
lines up
so
on
many
pole
factors
position, and
actually
Raikkonen completes the
behind
front row. Considering the rest of
holding
the
an
grid,
F1 Grand Prix
we
at
have
it's
Verstappen,
kind of
Hamilton,
limited
Alexander
actually.
Albon, and Leclerc, Perez, Magnussen, Sainz, and
Yeah, I don't know how modern
Ricardo,
Kyalami goes, but
Hülkenberg,
I suppose it would be
Sebastian
cool
Vettel, and
to see
Butler,
a race there.
Grosjean, Russell, Lando Norris, and Lucas Faber. Stroll,
It's grade 1.
and Daniel
Oh, cool then.
Kvyat completes the grid. And now
Alright
it's
then,
time
so
to
I guess
head
we
down
could
to the
see
track.
racing Kyalami. That would be interesting. Anyway, we saw a lot of grid penalties there on the grid start.
You should have some space going into the first corner, so try to keep it tidy.
Can I check the race director real quick? Because I kind of want to see who lost a few places. We got Sebastian Vettel with a penalty behind us. And I also saw that Lucas Weber got a penalty. So, unfortunately, he's not going to start ahead of us. And because of that, because of all that, Kimi Raikkonen ends up starting in 10th. So, he ought to do a good job of that, hopefully. But, yeah. That is us here in second place. We're just going to stop right at the middle of the race, right at the middle of the lap count. Should be good. Should be interesting. Let's go. Already lost one place to Verstappen here. Got a much better start than me, and can I get him back on the straight? I don't think so. But still, everyone else behind me. It's only one place lost. Oh, I might get Verstappen here on the inside. There we go. Send it in. Park on the apex. Keep him behind me. Awesome. Yeah, I have seen some. I have heard some interest from Indianapolis, but I don't think it's gonna happen for a long time. It's gonna be a while before they actually take a race back there. It could be done. I would love to see it done, but I don't think Indy is actually going to hold a race in such short notice over there. But I have seen that Roger Penske wants to hold an F1 race. I think I've heard about it. And you know, everyone will be happy to see F1 going back to Indy. 3 US Grand Prix would be quite weird. It wouldn't be, I mean, it wouldn't be any different than what we had 30 years ago. We had the, at one point we had the US Grand Prix East, I believe. There was the Dallas Grand Prix. There was a Caesars Palace Grand Prix. There was a USA Grand Prix West. So we have had our fair share of American Grand Prix before. Wouldn't be any different. Would be better than Miami. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, from what I've seen, the Miami track doesn't look like the most exciting thing ever. But then again, we won't know until we see it. As Max is trying to sneak into the inside here, but not gonna let him do that yet. Maybe once he gets DRS,
Okay,
might see a little
been
threat from him. Oh, he's too far back. Oh, little bounce on the curb. We're fine. Guess they're fighting pretty hard back there in the peloton because they're not catching up to me. They're actually dropping back. quite far. And Bottas is fucking off ahead because he's in a Mercedes. Oh, Hamilton overtook Verstappen. So yeah, they were pretty entangled in the back. There was a few fights. There were a few fights, rather. I'll read that in a second. Hold on. The new track is St. Petersburg. It looks interesting. I mean, it ought to be... I wouldn't say better than Sochi, but more interesting, rather. The Sochi is like flat, and there's not a lot of interesting sections in it. But Igora Drive, I have never seen a track before, so for Formula 1, could be something cool. Oh, about the Miami Grand Prix. They were pretty limited on where they could actually run, I guess. And they wanted to try to run as close to the city center as possible, I think, so they picked the stadium there to run around. Although you never know, they could always plant a few trees, a few fake trees around the track to make it look more tropical. Yeah, Igora Drive, but even then, even on the new track, they're already making changes to it to make it more like a Formula 1 track. They're adding a whole new section to it to make it longer. And that, I didn't really like hearing about that. They're just, it looks like they're just changing for the sake of changing it. When the track that, from the looks of it, the track right now is already good enough. They just want to make it longer. Thank you, Nikas. We'll hydrate in the pit stops. Do not worry about that. Thank you for the reminder. My throat is actually getting kind of dry. I have been talking a lot. Thank you all for chatting, by the way. Oh, I see you redeemed the little Vinca Rock emote. No one can break the Vinca Rock. By the way, a reminder, if you have a few bits to spare, or if you want to wait until you get some more channel points, you can redeem a couple of quotes from the MSTF1 videos. The good and old Vinca Rock quote, no one can break the Vinca Rock, and also the Sweet Mystery of Life quote. They're in the description, or you can just look up in the channel points there. And yes, I have been talking a lot. I have to thank all of you in the chat for talking to me as much. For interacting, for being cool and nice. This only works with your support, so I have to thank you. Whoops, kinda got distracted a little bit. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Yeah, they're fighting kinda hard back there, so I guess we're just doing our own race here with Bottas. I don't think I can catch Bottas yet. He's a bit too far in front. Oh yeah, forgot to complete the quote, master strategy and just around all like clever fella. Just stop strategy for fun.
We're approaching the pit window.
Maybe.
Mediums.
Think about that. Still have some time to go before the stop.
Teammate by 10.9 seconds.
Let's see. Oh, we got some wear on the MG UK now. So we might need to change that for the next race. Domino also redeemed the emotes. Hope you enjoyed them. If you want to keep the emotes until the next stream or some time longer, you can subscribe to the channel. It's only $5. Or if you have Prime, Twitch Prime, or Prime Gaming as it's called now, I think, you can subscribe for free. Or actually, something that I haven't really spoken about yet. If you just want to give me money for some reason, there's a donation link in the description.
They're edging right.
There's a donation link there that you can give some money, I guess, if you want to support me. I appreciate that, but you don't have to, of course. Anyway, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do it now, but for the next race, we're gonna try a Choose Stopper. Or maybe a lower tire drag one. Just a stop for the hard tire. And just a race on the worst tire for the rest of the race. Just to be incredibly slow for funsies. But yeah, for now, I think we'll be sticking around here. I will give you money, but I'm 15 and don't have any credit card. No, don't worry about it, man. You don't have to. I'm just saying you can. But yeah, you are too young. Don't get your parents' card for that. Just leave it alone. Don't worry about it. Just chill out, watch the stream, chat, enjoy. Do your own thing. Don't feel forced to do anything.
Okay, remember to pit this lap.
Right, it's time to stop then. Right, time to hydrate. Thank you for the reminder, Nikas. There we go. Hydrated. Whoop.
Go now.
Where do we rejoin? The MFD said we were rejoined at around 14th place, but it's only 10th place. It's better than I expected. Oh, look at our teammate doing rather well. He's overtaking Sebastian Vettel. A little fight between old teammates, between old friends. Anyway, it's time to crash this little party. Wait. Whoops. Okay. I can read it now. Bachmeister versus the Iceman. Do I think Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz are a great, perfect transfer for Ferrari? I think they're a good pair. They have been doing pretty well thus far. Shit. Leclerc has been doing slightly better than Sainz, but I have seen a few flashes of brilliance from Carlos from time to time, so I think he's adapting to the new team very quickly and very well. I mean, today, if anything, was the greatest showing of that, because he fell back all the way to 19th and managed to crawl back all the way to 11th. That was a solid recovery from such a short amount of time. Not to mention, he got the podium in Monaco. There they go into the pits, healing off, clearing the way for me.
Kimi is in for his stop.
Up ahead is Perez and one of the Mercedes, I think. And the colors on the map.
Our gap to the car in front is 1.6 seconds.
I think it's a combination of both, Nikas, because Ricardo is still new to the team. I guess he hasn't really adapted well. It took him a while to get settled in Renault as well. It was only in his second year that he actually managed to bring in some better results. You know, he got a couple of podiums in Nürburgring and Imola. And before that, on his first year, he was struggling pretty hard. So I think it might still be a while before you see him performing well. Meanwhile, Lando Norris has had a lot of time to actually perfect the feel for the car, get used to the team. He has been with McLaren pretty much his entire life, his entire racing career. So he has had a lot more time to actually get settled in. Oops, went wide a little bit. Anyway, back to second place. We're on the podium again, so I guess this will be our finishing position.
The car behind you has just fitted the hard tires. Car behind, running hards.
Oh, that's interesting. Hamilton on the hard tires. I'm talking about the brakes there. I suppose I haven't really noticed any particular things about that Ricardo has been struggling with. I just noticed that overall he's just not delivering as much. But he has been getting better recently, I noticed as well. But yeah, he is the guy that coined the sending trend in Formula 1. He's the one who came up with licking a stamp and sending it, I think. So it figures that would actually be his defining trait in the car. First year Renault, who's outperforming Hulk and got before in Monza then.
To catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tires. We won't be making another pit stop.
Well, I suppose, well, I don't know then. I don't really know. Maybe there are more differences between the Renault and the McLaren cars that than we are able to see from the outside. I mean, it's a new chassis, a different power unit, different maybe whole philosophy of team, I guess. Renault and McLaren are in different places. I mean, Renault is constantly thinking about next year. You know, the future. They're gonna be ready. They're gonna eventually get into the front of the pack. Meanwhile, McLaren is pretty fiercely battling for the top of the midfield, or third place in the standings. Now, there are many factors that could be in play here, but I don't think we can pinpoint exactly one thing that's holding Ricardo back this year. Oh, look at that! You hate to see it. Devin Butler has retired from the race.
Virtual safety car. Reduce speed immediately and keep a positive delta. Drop your speed. Our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
No, I gotta keep the delta high up here for a second.
VSC going green, maintain positive delta until the green flags.
There we go. Back in the race.
Okay, clear.
Yep. F in the chat for Buttlord. Or not. You do you. Let's see Hulk and Williams in 2022. Who knows? It will be a good homecoming. Well, there are many choices for Williams, I guess.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
I don't know if Mercedes has any other juniors in their pocket. There are a lot of Formula 2 drivers they could go for. There are a lot of talent there in the currently in Formula 2. They could go for a young driver again. But it would be nice to bring someone back in the fold. Although, Kvyat might actually be a little hard to bring back because he's a reserve driver for Alpine. So they would have to finagle a little bit with a contract to get him back. To get him in there, not back, rather. But Hulkenberg would be interesting to see back in the Williams. Mercedes have the Vries and Van Dorn. Well, they are factory drivers in Formula E. I don't think Mercedes would want to drop them. Mercedes has been struggling recently in Formula E, but they still bring results. They have both won races. Although that would also depend on whether Mercedes will want to stay in Formula E. We don't know about that yet. Ah, Ticktum. Oh yeah, Dan Ticktum. There's a nice shout. He has matured. He's gotten a lot better recently. It's not Dick Tantrum anymore. Williams have Ticktum, Aitken, Chadwick, and Nissani. So yeah, they are pretty spoiled for choices there if they won. I would like to see Chadwick in there, a lady driving an F1 finally, but I don't see that happening, unfortunately. Not with the other wealth of talent that they can pick from that lineup. They might just end up picking Nissani because of the Israeli money that he brings.
This is your
Although you would hope that with the current with the current injection of money from their new owners, that they wouldn't need to actually depend on paid drivers to race. I have been so focused on talking that I actually shipped it up early.
gap to teammate behind is 20
Anyway, we're coming up to the end of the race.
seconds.
I will give another read in the chat once the race ends. It's the final lap. Right then, coming to a close of a somewhat boring but solid race. Finished in the podium, in second place.
Good job, you did really well. Super driving.
Thank God Deleta exists so that Nissani doesn't look that bad. True. Okay, now.
That's it for another Grand Prix.
Deleta can't drive an F1 because he's too good. Oh yeah, he's just way too talented for F1. He's not. He is too good for us. We wouldn't be able to.
I think that's
couldn't take it.
management on track and very smooth driving.
GG.
definitely
Big
assisted
GG,
in
thank
their
you.
victory today.
GG's in
That
the chat.
combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
Mercedes are on top form once again.
Thanks, everyone.
after an
Thanks,
excellent
been
race
pretty-
weekend. It's great to
pretty
see
good
them
result
up on
here.
that podium once again.
Thanks for chatting. Thanks for keeping me company, Random. Pichu, yeah. Started and ended Pichu. This car has been developing pretty well and pretty quickly. Might be due to the difficulty. But yeah, best number on the grid. Yeah, it's the nicest number on the grid.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Despite the best efforts of our championship leader, that lead has taken a bit of a knock today. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson.
Who's the driver of the day? I bet it's
Stroll certainly put
Lance
in an
Stroll.
impressive performance
Okay.
today. No doubt his team and fans are extremely proud.
It's
Yeah,
time
he,
to check out the
he got up
constructors'
6 places in
Mercedes
the
continue to
whole
extend
race, I
their
guess.
lead. Meanwhile,
They just
good
give
work
driver of
from
the day to
Racing
the
Point
driver
this
who gets the
weekend,
most positions
who
in the
pushed
race.
themselves
So
further up the order. And with
it's
that,
just
we
as
wrap
meaningless
up
as in
another
real
weekend
life.
of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
no one will beat one man in motorsport. We don't know who it is. Is it the big Lord? Lord Mahavir? A lot of bad drives in Form 2 at the moment. Deleda, Nissani, Samaya, Sato. You know, Samaya, he was kind of a... I kind of joked with Samaya last year for a little bit. But, I guess he got a little better. He's not the worst driver anymore. He's not, you know, stuck in the back anymore. He's not finishing, like, 30 seconds behind the last place driver. But he's still kind of a joke. The only reason that, the only reason Samaya got into Formula 2 is because he won the, I think, a Brazilian Formula 3. And the only reason he won Brazilian Formula 3 is because he was the only driver who participated in every race. So, that was quite an easy task for him. Petikov. Petikov got dealt a bad hand. He won in Formula 4, but I guess they brought him up too quickly. And then he just couldn't adapt. Yeah, Petikov was promoted too early. I guess he needed a little bit more time in the junior formulas. If he went to Formula 3, maybe he would have been performing a little better. But he does have talent, yes. He wouldn't be champion, Formula 4 champion, if he didn't have some kind of talent. If he wasn't, you know, good at something. Anyway, let's take a look at the results here really quick. Valtteri Bottas wins the Austrian Grand Prix on a league of his own, pretty much the entire race, in front of David Tabernacle, who gets another podium for Alfa Romeo Racing in 2019, followed by Lewis Hamilton completing the podium. And then behind him, we have Charles Leclerc, Max Verstappen, Alex Albon in both Red Bulls, finishing 5th and 6th, Sebastian Vettel in 7th place, ahead of Carlos Sainz in the McLaren, Kimi Raikkonen getting a few more points for Alfa Romeo, finishing in 9th place, and Sergio Perez running up the points for the Racing Point, getting a single Racing Point. Nico Hulkenberg behind just outside the points, followed by Lando Norris and Lance Stroll, the driver of the day. Kevin Magnussen and Daniel Ricciardo 14th and 15th. George Russell and Romain Grosjean 16th and 17th. Daniel Kvyat and Lucas Weber complete the finishers, and unfortunately, Devin Butler retired from the race with some kind of problems. Still no points. Still a buttlord. Anyway, let's take a look at the highlights. Hope Tsunoda doesn't lose his seat because Yuri Vips could go to the AlphaTauri. No, I don't think Tsunoda is going to lose his seat. He's I think he might still have one more year in him. He's still young. He still has a lot to prove. So I don't think they're gonna drop him so early. Even though Red Bull could, Red Bull could drops drivers just for looking at Helmut Marko wrong. But I'm hoping they don't do that. I'm hoping they keep him in there. And yeah, Petikov went to Campos, which is one of the worst teams in Formula 2. I mean, when you take into consideration that I think Boschung was his teammate, he actually managed to get a podium, I think, in Monaco, which was a race where Petikov retired. But still, to get that much of a performance out of a supposedly bad car, it's I guess it shows the kind of disparity that they were at currently. Yeah, what do you think of Drugovich, considering he's the only decent Brazilian driver in F2 at the moment? I'm hoping that he keeps doing well. I don't know if we're gonna see him in Formula 1, but he's doing pretty decently. Last year he was pretty impressive with he was in MP Motorsport, I believe. and he was getting some solid results. Got a couple of wins. Got into it with Nikita Mazepin even. But yeah, I haven't seen a lot of him this year on the UNI Virtuosi team. But I'm hoping good things come for him. I'm hoping he gets I'm hoping he has a bright future ahead of him in motorsport. Let's get going here. He's gonna struggle to get into F1 without a driver academy,
Amazing
but he
performance
has
out there.
backing.
I'm sure you're pretty
He doesn't really
happy
need
with
the
that.
academy because he has his own backing. So
You must be thrilled to be up on the podium.
I guess with a little bit of convincing, he could pay his way into a seat. Maybe, I don't know, maybe at Haas. Maybe well, you can't really outpay Nikita Mazepin, so maybe not Haas. Maybe if they still need a pay driver, maybe Williams. Maybe, I don't know, Alfa Romeo goes crazy and decides to pick him. But yeah, I can't really see any other teams that he could go to. But I mean, you are correct. Some people struggle to get into F1 without a driver academy, but the driver academy is not enough. You also need to be rich. Okay, you must be thrilled to be up on the podium. It was a great race. The aero package is right for the track.
You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be thrilled.
I am thrilled with their support for the race.
You must be feeling good about winning your battle with your old F2 rival, Devon.
It's been great to match myself against such a talented and skilled
How do you
opponent
think
once
Devon
again.
will react to having not been
Talented
able
and
to finish
skilled.
today's race?
He won't be happy. He loves to race as much as I do.
Appreciate your time.
I mean, I'm not. Toro Rosso has been performing very badly in this season here, so wouldn't really make sense to say he has a great team behind him, because they've been kind of sucking. I won the rivalry. Look at that. No match for me. And I am at full reputation with Alfa Romeo. You love to see it. Hope Lewis still challenges Max, but that Max will have a harder time. Yeah, I hope so. Also hope so. But I mean, from what we've seen today, it's gonna be kind of difficult because Red Bull still look to be completely ahead of Mercedes for now.
Congrats on the podium. It's thoroughly deserved. We were sweating.
Versure got his first F2 win in Feature Race 2. Yeah, on the Sprint Race 2, rather, you mean. But yeah, he did. I saw that. It was pretty cool. And Red Bull still have many options for a second AlphaTauri seat. Oh yeah, Albon, Vips, Lawson, Tsunoda, Daruvala. There's yeah, Red Bull is also spoiled for choices. I don't know what they'll do with many talented youngsters. They're gonna have to drop a few, I think. It's gonna be impossible to get them all into a seat unless there are seats in DTM as well. Although those are currently occupied by Albon and Lawson. The Rule is struggling again. Yeah, the Rule is having a hard time. I saw that he crashed into a... Who was it? I don't remember who he crashed into, but he did crash, and it was pretty rough. Going to keep it brief. Well done on the podium. Invitational event. Rivalry. So you should know, your recent rivalry against Devon has got you a good press recently. After everything that happened with you and him in the past, fans are excited to see you go head to head. Well, it's been a kind of a wash, really, hasn't it? Invitational event. Okay. Okay, what else can we check in here? Rivals. Yeah, I think we keep I guess we can keep the rivalry with Devon Butler. I don't know. Maybe we can choose another one later. Research and development. What can we research for now?
This is probably what I'd invest in.
I guess we can choose a little bit. I guess we can try to do something on the chassis. Let's do that then. Let's take the thing here. R&D in progress. We got a new powertrain coming for Hungary. Oh, it's gonna come in a couple of races actually, because I think the next race is in Great Britain, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, let's change out this MGUK because it's getting kind of worried, kind of wary now. And I guess we can also change the electronics. Let's fit this, and let's fit this. Okay. The gearbox is still fine. Standings, we can take a look at the standings later. Yeah, Albon still 25, 26. Oh, you're all talking about Albon. Albon is older than Max, just turned 25. Yeah, I mean, Albon, he's not old, but, I mean, maybe he might just get a chance again. You never know. They brought Daniel Kvyat back from the dead to race in AlphaTauri because they had no one to put in there. So, who knows? Maybe he's going to show up in there again. Anyway, question for you guys in the chat, real quick. What should we do for the Invitational event? A checkpoint challenge with the Ferrari in Italy? Or a pursuit challenge in Hungary with Williams? I'm thinking for the Ferrari, but what do you guys think? Ferrari, Nika says Ferrari. Anyone else? Williams. You're just saying that to be a contrarian. Ferrari. Well, Ferrari is winning for now, so I guess we're gonna go with a Ferrari. Sorry, Steel Cap. But I'm gonna have to owe you a run with the Williams later on, I guess. But yeah, let's go to the Ferrari and Italy. We have a democracy here in chat. We're gonna try to go for 1 more hour in the stream, so I guess we can do a couple more races after this. Hartley raced for Toro Rosso in 2018, so anything can happen. True, true. It's just out of nowhere. Hartley wasn't even in the academy anymore. Marco just calls him up and say, "Hey, wanna drive?" Sure, I guess, and then he goes. But yeah, I sometimes forget that Brendan fucking Hartley drove in F1 for like a year and a half. I sometimes forget that happened. Because it's so weird. Suddenly, like, he's driving for Toyota in WEC, you know, winning stuff, winning Le Mans. Then all of a sudden, he's in F1, like that. That was weird. But nothing is impossible. Sergei Sirotkin, oh yeah, that one time he drove for Williams. Also forgot about that. Because it was so brief. Anyway, for you B10 purists there, I hope you like this one. This one is for the purists. But hit neutral there for a second. Fucking traction control just holding the tires back. You can hear it working. Remember Sirotkin holding up check in Singapore? I don't remember Sirotkin at all. I don't remember a single thing he did in F1. He was just there, I guess, to give Williams some money. I hope more compounds like Supersoft. I mean, the whole color thing was pretty confusing back in the day, so I think they're just gonna stick with the compound numbers. I think like C1, C2. But having some really soft tires for like a qualifying, I guess that would be fun to see again. Although from what I hear, they're making the tires a little harder for next year, so that drivers can push more. They're making the tires more robust. So it's not exactly going to be soft. You know, just pretend I didn't cut the corner there. Because, track limits? I don't know where. Whoops. Yeah, because there was a time where it seemed like they were bringing a new tire compound every year. Like, we had a hard, medium, and soft, and then we had the super soft, and then all of a sudden we had the ultra soft, which sometimes didn't seem to actually be that ultra soft anymore. So I think I much prefer the simplified version where they have multiple compounds that they shift around every weekend, and we just have the soft, the medium, and the hard. It's much easier to keep up with. And then Pirelli just goes, these are the tires you got. These are the tires you got, and then deal with that. Oh shit! There was. Oh yeah, there wasn't just ultra soft. There was the hyper soft as well. I got a little thrown off a little bit here. There was the ultra soft, the hyper soft rather there, and then the super hard. And I think that's when they realized things were getting kind of silly. That's when they thought, no, we're gonna have to stop that. We're gonna have to rethink this, and then get this back in the drawing board, come up with something else.
From now on, we're going to end up disqualified.
Oh, okay, so the track limits do matter in these little things. Gonna have to be a little more careful then, but it's just about to end anyway, so it doesn't matter actually. We did get ultra soft because we had ultra soft, and then on top of that we had the hyper soft. Like, ultra soft was a purple tire, and then the hyper soft was the pink tire. We didn't have ultra hard, but we did have super hard. That was true. And yeah, something that I missed there before. We'd like to see tire softer so that the strategy is more interesting, like when Ferrari did in 2000. Oh yeah, like I don't know if you mean 2000, but I do remember there was a race in 1998 in Hungary, 1998, where they had Michael Schumacher come in for the stop, put on some soft tires, and then he goes out and runs just qualifying lap after qualifying lap for like 15, maybe 20 laps, and then he stops again, and then he still comes out ahead of David Coulthard because we was just running so fast.
In the invitational events. It might not help.
But I think I do get what you mean. I think. Yeah, Hungary. Yeah, that was a pretty crazy stint to watch. I saw that on a YouTube video once. It was really nuts. It was just yeah, nice. I think Bernie was joking about putting tires in Australia, taking off in Abu Dhabi. I mean, in 2005 we had the rule where they banned tire changes, so it's not unprecedented, I guess. Imagine just using one single set of tires for the entire year. That would be interesting. And very stupid, but still interesting. Anyway, new upgrades. We got some heat dispersing wheel rims. And the weather forecast, we got hopefully an actual bit of rain for qualifying. The last time we didn't have any rain. It was just a little sprinkle on the track, but we could still get out with we could still get out on the on the dry tires. But yeah, everything should be fine here. There's nothing to really look at. Gonna fit some new parts here on this race. Wait, time to go some practice. The hard tires being blue. Was it the hard tires or the super hard tires? But yeah, it will be. I can imagine that being very confusing. because the wet tires are already blue.
We're going to be logging some extra data during this session. Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts, we'll just confirm they're performing
See,
to
that's the
spec.
beauty of it, Nikas. That's what I want from this stream. I want people to meet. I want to talk to them. I want them to talk amongst each other. You know, just to meet new people. Come on here, have a nice laugh, have a nice time, watch some cool gameplay. Maybe, I don't know. I am playing to the best of my abilities here. Drop the wing, raise the wing, and then drop the pressures. Just the basic stuff here.
At some point before qualifying, let's get our tracker
But yeah, that's the
climatization
beauty
program
of the
complete.
internet. You just
It'll help us
meet random
identify
people
any
and you
specific-
talk about the stuff that you like. You end up with find someone with similar interests, and then you just talk endlessly about it. Oh yeah, the chew stopper. I'll try that. I'll remember to try that. Anyway, it's the British Grand Prix. What a coincidence. We're running the British Grand Prix this weekend. This wasn't planned, by the way. It's just the way the calendar goes in this game. Missed that a slight bit, but that's okay. Dominio, thanks for the hydrator reminder. I will do that after the practice program. After I hit all the targets. I didn't hit all the targets there. Now let's try that again. Really good stuff. Missed. I think Old Silverstone wasn't that good. Never saw it. I liked Old Silverstone. I like the little sequence under the bridge. Was one of my favorite parts of the circuit. Although the new one, this is not a bad track at all. But I think the old track kind of flowed a little better. Instead of having the cars slow down so much right after the opening chicane. Because the Abbey chicane is really fast when you go in full speed. You just had a few more fast sections. But they had to change it because MotoGP was coming to Silverstone, and they needed to adapt the track for the bikes. They couldn't have them going full speed under the bridge. So they had to kind of mangle the track. You think that someone like Pato Award, Herta, or Palou could make it to F1?
So far, our fastest lap is a 1:34.5.
You know, indie drivers are all I think they're all very capable of coming to F1. But I don't think that they would be allowed to be on the top team because it really depends on the goodwill of the top teams. I would love to see someone like Joseph Newgarden or those names that you mentioned all be on a great Formula 1 team. But I also don't think they would want to take that risk because they're already doing so well in IndyCar. They have great equipment. They have a good support behind them from fans, from sponsors. They will kind of be throwing all that away and starting over again if they came to Europe, to Formula 1. So, but performance-wise, I think that they could make it. Some of them probably would probably be able to keep up with the drivers. Hold on, I gotta pause it a little bit. My cat wants to leave the room. Silverstone was maybe top 10 for me, but you like racing old Silverstone in Real Racing 3. I don't remember. I played Real Racing 3. I don't remember the track being there. But yeah, I mean, Old Silverstone is a nice track. There are plenty of older games that feature Old Silverstone, so it's not like you're lacking for options to experience the old track. There are some older F1 games even that actually have the old Silverstone track. I'm not doing good in the tires here today. This time. Oof, that was a bad turn. I'm not doing too good in this program. Da Costa, well, I guess, yeah, Da Costa probably also deserved at least one try from the one. There's another decent driver that didn't get a fair shot.
Your DRS is offline. The rear wing is down, so you can stay out while we work on a fix. We need to pick up the pace. We're not hitting our target.
Thanks for the follow.
We don't get the
What is your name? Sorry. Reckling. Reclinebeld. You had to go for a guy to look like a woman. Come on, you're doing Hartley dirty. Don't knock him for his swag.
Your DRS is offline. The rear wing is down, so you can stay out while we work on a fix.
No, it's okay. It's okay. He does have a little bit of an androgynous look, especially early in his career. If you look at pictures of him from like 2010 or 2012, that was a like peak emo Hartley. Your name is an Austrian dialect. Oh, okay. That explains why I struggle to spell it out. Anyway, thank you for the follow. Thank you too for the follow. Pazzo, I'm gonna call you Pazzo. You have a lot of consonants in your name. I'm just gonna call you Pazzo. Okay, that's good enough. I'm struggling with tire here. Only driver I see having chance at F1 is a McLaren, is Award with the McLaren connections. That sedan that even doesn't do well next year. Yeah, I don't think Pato Award is actually gonna make it to Formula 1, regardless of what happens to Ricardo. I mean, the Abu Dhabi testing was a kind of a promise, you know, just a. As much as Zach Brown says that he actually is going to evaluate Pato Award, I don't actually think that
we should put a bit of time aside to run the qualifying sim program.
He will get a proper shot at Formula 1. Also, by the way, breaking news. George Russell hit with 3-place grid penalty for Sunday's British Grand Prix after Sainz clash in Formula 1 sprint. Let me just saw that on my freaking.
So far,
just saw that on my phone. You guys might want to take a look at that as well. Anyway, let's do some ERS management. Alexander Rossi should have had another chance at Formula 1. I don't think he would have done a lot better. I think he's much more suited for IndyCar. I think he found his groove there. As much as he would have liked to make it work in Formula 1, IndyCar is much more suited for him. That just popped up on my phone, Nika, so that's probably why you didn't see it. It literally just I think it was literally just announced. Maybe let me do this program here real quick, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Great. Still understand why they do FYE so late. Well, in this case, it's more of a grid penalty because it wasn't a sprint race; it was a sprint. It was more qualifying than an actual race.
We're 14th in the
And when
speed
that
trap,
happens, they always do it after the fact. So
14.3 kilometers per hour.
we should look at this more as a qualifying penalty than an actual race penalty because the results there don't really matter. Only the first 3 positions got points for the sprint race. So the worst thing that's going to happen here for George is he's going to start, I think, 12th maybe? 12th or 13th. I don't remember where he finished. I think he finished in 8th place. So, yeah, maybe 11th place. I don't know. Austria 2019 when he wanted to take away the win from Max.
Okay, here's something to remember about this circuit. We've been running the new
Shut
layout
up.
at Silverstone
Jeff, please
for a
stop.
few years
I'm
now,
talking here.
but we'd still like...
Hang on a second. I just wanted to keep talking. Because in Austria, I don't think they actually wanted to give a penalty to Max, but I think there was some issue there, wasn't there? I think Canada came before Austria, right? And then they gave the penalty to Sebastian Vettel in Canada, 2019. And then because of the backlash that they got, they decided to not actually give a penalty to Max. I think that's kind of how I saw that happening at the time. And yeah, they can't really give him a time penalty because it's not a race. See, it's kind of confusing, but I think that's how it's working. That's how they're going at it. It's a qualifying thing. It's not a race penalty. Ah shit! I don't have DRS again.
Will be offline. There's a fault with the rear wing system. Stay out. We can work on a fix remotely.
God damn it! I keep having DRS problems. There I am, struggling for time because my wing isn't working. Still got some good downforce to do the turns at least. DRS, I'm going to lose a lot of time here. I lost about 3/10 down the straight there because I didn't have DRS. But still managed to score a good lap. I'm not doing this again. Canada was really not cool because Lewis did the same thing for Daniel in Monaco 2016. Yeah, I mean, FIA is the FIA are completely inconsistent, so yeah, can't really trust them to be
So far, our fastest lap is
totally,
a 1:32.7.
you know, totally objective, I guess. Anyway, I think we're done with this with the practice here today. Yeah, we've done all that we like to do, so we can proceed to qualify.
And with all the cars now over the line, let's see our top three again. Wang, Vettel, and Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, first place because of the qualifying sim and Kimi Räikkönen doing a solid in 8th there. We are looking good for the race this weekend. For this racing weekend, rather. Let me check. There's a new comic here on my Instagram, real quick. Ferrari have been clowns since forever, I guess. That is true. That is quite true. Ever since I was a kid, at least, I remember Ferrari being clowns. You know, Austria 2002, Germany 2010, team orders all around. 2007, they won the title by pure luck. Since Charlie Whiting passed away, this institution have FA has been a shit show. Well, they're pretty big shoes to fit for Michael Massey, but I mean, it's no reason that he should be struggling to be consistent, I guess. Although the problem is not just the main steward, Michael Massey, the race director. It's because they have a rotating cast of stewards every race, so they always bring in. There's always a new head steward for the race. There's always, I guess, new assistants for the race. So they're never going to be completely consistent. They're never going to think on the same track. The solution for this, I think, would be to just have a permanent cast of stewards. Because in Monaco, how stupid is it to check the whole gearbox when you don't check one side? I mean, yeah, ideally you would do that, but I guess they thought that the shunt wasn't that hard, so I guess they thought they were safe. I mean, they should have checked the entire car. That would have been the smart thing to do, but they didn't. And especially now, he gets most of the blame because he shows up on the TV, on the radio. He's the one talking to the teams now. High expectations, weather forecast is going to be rainy, and then a couple of things to talk about Silverstone. Now, you've driven here plenty of times on the categories. First of all, Magus and Beckett's don't cut. Enough downforce to stay flat for much of the complex, where you need to stay in contact with the asphalt. You actually use that grip. The pit lanes. Slow speed limit and line is very early. Don't go get yourself penalized. Okay. Time to qualify. No, Massey is doing a very solid job for how fast he had to get into his position, and now that he's had a lot of time to settle in, I think he's only be doing, he's only be getting better. I think it's mainly the problem is mainly the stewards around him, because they have been like I said, it's a rotating cast. They're never the same people. Sorry, I hit the microphone. Because of him, we had an awesome last laps in Baku. Yes, I was afraid that was going to be a shit show, but that was actually the right call. I actually agree with that. I would have never done that, but I'm glad that he did. Because I am more of a... I would have just called the race then and there, because it was like 2 laps. What are we going to do? But then we had Lewis Hamilton forget to turn off the brake magic on the back of his wheel. Well, he didn't forget it. He turned it on accidentally again. And then we had that beautiful finish. Anyway, qualifying. It's quote-unquote wet. It's raining, but we're still using dry tires. So, that's pretty much no grip. See? Understeer galore. Oh, look at that. Can't fucking turn. So understeery. No, I need to go back a little bit. I can't put the intermediate tires because it doesn't let me. I can only use the dry ones. It's not wet enough for intermediates. It's just little spritz of rain. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. That's okay, I can do it. Just not gonna be as fast as usual. Although then again, it was the exact same thing in Austria, and we ended up getting second place. So you never know. Although it doesn't look like it this time. Might get like 5th place tops from the looks of it. We're getting time on the turns, but we're losing on the straights. We're still down on power, I guess. Little struggling there. I think I understeered a little bit. Oh, ran a little bit too much into too much curb.
Good work.
Well, 5th place, like I said. I ran a little bit too much curb on the last turn. Ended up losing some time. But that's okay. That's good enough for me, I think.
Time to remind ourselves of our top 3. Hamilton, Bottas,
Yeah, so that's the 5th place for us. I think we can get a solid result from this.
All that remains is the main event.
We were 6/10 behind Hamilton there. Kimi Raikkonen is in 13th. Devin Butler, and Lucas Weber are together back in the back there. And Daniel Kvyat is still struggling. Toro Rosso are really in the shit here today. Damn. The biggest problem I had with Masi was actually at Baku and how slowly he brought the yellow flags in the safety car. Oh yeah. If there was something to be changed about the race, that was probably it. He probably should have thrown the yellow flag immediately and also thrown the safety car immediately. Because there was no way that the car could be recovered with a virtual safety car or having the cars racing around the track. Anyway, now we can assign a new rivalry, yeah? So let's do that.
You're looking good for the race.
Who can we get here? Let's try finding someone good here. Let's go for Sergio Perez. Let's try doing better than Sergio Perez here. I think we can do that. Unread messages. How are you feeling? In the briefing, car's looking good. We have a good pace. Turn 1 scramble. As always, keep an eye on temperatures and the MFD. Press the radio button and talk to me. Latifi should have won one race in Baku because he didn't go to the pits. He did a whole lap. Oh yeah, that was a genius move. But then again, the fucking engineer told him to stay out. What did he expect? That he was going to actually, drive into the pits and stay out like he said? No. When you say stay out, you stay out of the pits. That was such a boneheaded thing for the engineer to say. I can't believe that happened. Oh, this brings back some memories, even though it's just been 2 years. It's nice to see you here, Recorder. But actually, I think it's been longer. It's been about 3 years since I last released an episode. That was my comeback attempt. They got taken down shortly after, unfortunately. Anyway, yeah, time to race here. I think I'm actually gonna make this the last race of the stream because we're almost reaching 3 hours of streaming, and I don't want to overwork myself for now. I'm gonna start slow, Gonna start streaming from Wednesday to Saturdays, and then depending on how that goes, I'm gonna probably start streaming an extra day here or there to see how it goes. It's been fun thus far. I have to thank everyone for watching and for following. Yeah, you really rely on the engineer a lot because you can only get so much information from looking around and from reading the wheel. All the main info really comes from the pit boxes, from the the screens the engineer have at their disposal.
And it's an absolute pleasure to be joined once again by Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Wang. As with all the drivers at this
Wang.
level, they have a lot of
That's us.
ambition. But Formula One's a daunting step up from any other series, so expectations are high right from
Yeah, and I
the
think
start.
should have got a
And this is
penalty.
something
Yeah,
that has ended the
should have
career of
probably been
many
more
young
of
drivers.
a
That leap up to Formula
more
One
of a
proves
team
to be
penalty,
too
you know,
much.
a fine,
Luckily, in
maybe
this case, I'd say they're doing a
dock
good,
some
solid
constructor
job,
points.
and the risk the team took in signing
Although
him
I guess
definitely
by
starts to-
penalizing Latifi, because you know, he's the one that went around the pits. If he, I mean, I guess you could count the Latifi penalty as kind of a team penalty if you think about it. I don't know. Choose stop try. Oh yeah, I'll give the choose stop a try. Sure thing. Let's shake things up a little bit. I don't think we're gonna get the best finish if we do a choose stopper. But you know, since things have been going so smoothly recently, let's throw a little spanner in the works. Same with unsafe release.
After the
Yeah.
podium last race, people are expecting a lot
It depends
from
on
you
when
this
the unsafe
weekend,
release happens. I
but it's
think.
gonna be tough from here.
I guess if it hinders the race the other driver too much, then I guess getting them a penalty would be fair enough. Let's see, add a stint. Let's let's get back on the soft so that we can I guess do a medium tire. Yeah, let's go soft, medium, soft so that we can go balls out at the end of the race. Let's do that, I guess. Let's have some fun. I mean, it might mess up the race, but it's okay because it's boring to just you know, do well all the time. Let's try something different. It will probably not work, but it might be fun. Let's see. Lights out and away we go. I'm not gonna cover the inside because I don't have any chance to stand there. But might get it back into Vettel here. Oh, a little stint into Verstappen. But that's not gonna work, but at least we got our place back from Vettel. Well, solid enough start. We lost the place, we got it back. Now we just keep the position as much as we can. Oh, a little stint on the outside. Got a couple of places. A little pass on Max and on Leclerc. Okay, that was cool. Right then.
Well, mate, nice start.
That's us in P3. Good shit, good shit. And now, I guess we can stick around here for a while until we get to the stops. Whoops, cut the track a little bit. Let's, pretend we didn't do that. We didn't do that. But yeah, what a move. That was a great move, I agree. I was not expecting that to happen, but it did. And I will take it. Brake hard for club. Yeah, I think it was Weber that did the move there. F1 did actually release a video about Weber's move on Alonso recently, so I think you're right. We should get DRS soon. We might then keep up with Valtteri Bottas a little bit. Oh, that's a purple sector. Ooh, it turned in a little too early, but that went fine. Yeah, I'm keeping up with them alright. I mean, yeah, the Bottas hate is overdone. I am guilty of that as well sometimes. But the thing is that we have been clamoring so much for someone to keep up with Hamilton ever since Rosberg actually beat him and got a title.
So push now.
So, I mean, people keep setting themselves up for disappointment, and then they just try to blame it on someone. They try to put the blame on someone for their own exasperation, I suppose. Bottas isn't doing anything wrong. He's just being a solid wingman, like he's supposed to. He's being the number 2 driver. He's protecting Hamilton. And when he needs to step up to win, well, sometimes he doesn't, but sometimes he does. But I mean, he's doing his job. He is a proper comparison that I've seen sometimes, that he's the Rubens Barrichello to Lewis Hamilton's Michael Schumacher. I am losing time here a lot. It's a lot of time. I think Leclerc is going to try to pass me. And we're going into the pits anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Oh shit, that's 2 positions lost. And fucking smack. Just like Reiner does, fucking spine buster there. Bottas makes you appreciate Rosberg so much, yeah. At the time, we didn't think that Rosberg could stand up to Hamilton, but then, now that when you look back at it, he was for a good few years, he was the only one who could actually beat Hamilton on a good day.
Exit now.
And the George stands think he's so bad. They just want to see George on the Mercedes. I mean, I also want to see George in the Mercedes, but I don't want. I would let.
Up to speed now. Let's get some.
I don't want to see another driver get penalized for that to happen. I don't want to see someone else's career be ruined. Anyway, because of that early stop, now we are in last place. So let's see if we can make it back. I think we can make a few places back. I mean, we are probably faster than the 5 of the drivers ahead of us. You can probably catch them on pace. Trying the Spain strategy to Hungary 2019. Yeah, you're gonna try to go for a 2-stopper when everyone else is just planning to go for 1. And then, surprise, I win.
Yellow flag.
Oh, yellow flag? What was that for?
Caution, yellow flags ahead. No overtaking through
Oh,
the
Lando
caution
Norris
zone.
is out of the session.
Until you see the greens.
There is Lando, Twitch streamer Lando, out of the race.
The problem is terminal. They're retiring the car.
F in the chat for Lando. And yeah, Tomino, he's a great qualifier, but I guess he leaves a lot to be desired during the actual races. You can see that he struggles to keep up with Hamilton and Max a lot of the time. So he can put the car up ahead when on a Saturday when needed, but he struggles to stay ahead on Sunday. If he could improve on that, then I think he would be a lot harder to beat. He would be thought of as a much better driver.
The gap to the car ahead is 4.5 seconds.
Anyway, he's starting to catch up to the pack here. Hamilton is the 7-time world champion, yeah. It's hard to actually, be perceived as a great driver when your teammate is a legendary driver. Like, say what you want, say whatever you want, but at this stage, Hamilton is going to go in a Hall of Fame as a legend. He may not be a legend yet because he's still driving, but as soon as he stops, he is immediately going into some kind of Hall of Fame. I think the FIA actually now has a Hall of Fame, so as soon as he's eligible, he's probably going to be inducted there immediately.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
Oh, we're almost spinning again. Damn. This went by fast. Yeah, Valtteri doesn't deserve to lose the seat. Yeah, I agree. Valtteri should stay. Back when Williams were in the midfield, or, kind of back or the front of the pack in 2014-15, he was getting some solid results. He was getting podiums. He was getting, he was doing amazing for that team. So, I think he can be a very solid midfield driver, bringing some good results for a team like, Aston Martin, maybe even Williams again. Oh, what the fuck, Viet? Jesus Christ. And I mean, it's too late already. I pit too early. I guess, I pit too early. I guess I might need to stop again. Anyway, but don't worry. If I don't score any points, we'll just say it was a bad race. We can't win them all. Don't worry about it. Plus, it's too easy anyway. I think the races are getting too easy. So we might as well try something crazy every once in a while. Maybe, I don't know, if I end up starting on the pole eventually in a race, I'll just try and go for a choose stopper again. Whoops. That was I was about to crash into Russell there, to George. Have to brake a little earlier.
We're trailing our teammate by 9.6 seconds.
I mean, there's still a bunch of people stopping here. We might get some time back on them. Yeah, see, there's Hamilton. Can we make it 3 wide? Can we make it 3 wide? No, we can't. But we still did pass Stroll. Almost. go wide there because I was gonna hit him. Yeah, see, we're having some fun. We're overtaking some people here. Although, actually, I am kind of thinking maybe we shouldn't stop, because we're still doing good here.
Kimmy is in the pits. Kimmy in the pits.
Maybe we can just stick with the mediums until the end.
Push now. We're boxing this lap.
Can we overtake Bottas? I mean, he's on fresh mediums.
The car ahead is coming to fit the mediums. Car ahead, now running medium tires.
Yeah, if I stick with the strategy now, like if I don't stop, I'm still gonna stick with. I'm probably still gonna be P3. But I'm gonna start to struggle a lot later on when the tires go out.
Box, box, box. Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
I don't know how to cancel a pit stop. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go in. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, I'm running manual. I was running automatic before, but I decided to actually try the manual gearbox because I think I'm actually driving better if I focus on the gears. I can make the car go faster. So let's give it a try. I might still get like 1 point maybe.
Release, release.
Because look, we're coming out in 11th or maybe 12th, 13th. I don't know. Yeah, let's see. We're coming out in 14th.
Pit strategy complete. See these tires through to the end now.
Let's see if we can go full beans up until the end now. No, let me do that again. Real quick. Yeah, still ahead of a Red Bull. Guess Albon isn't having the best race now. Today. But I think that just because of the grip, we might still get into the points at least. So it's not going to be a completely ruined race. Not that the race is actually ruined, you know, this was the intention, to make it harder. But no one else is going to stop now, so we're just going to have to do it straight on pace. I mean, look at that, we got a purple sector. So we are already the fastest car on the grid right now. We might even score a fast lap, who knows? Yeah, there's a possibility. Oh, Lucas Weber had to stop. That's a free position. Thanks for the confidence. I'm gonna try my best. There's a 11th, 10th, 9th, and 8th. So I see maybe 4 points that we can still get here. Oh yeah, we are going so much faster. Oh yeah, look at that. Not gonna get DRS here, but we can get close to them at the end of the straight.
The gap to the car behind is 3.6 seconds.
Oops, a little wide. Look how much closer we have gotten already. Someone else stopping. I think that's the other... oh, that's a Toro Rosso, Kvyat. So that's one free position. Let's get Sainz into this turn here. There we go. There's one. 3 more to go. Not like this. Gonna get DRS. Maybe we can take on Raikkonen at the end of the straight. With a little send, maybe. No, not like this. Oh yeah, there we go. Had to hold a little bit because of Magnussen. Now there's Chu down. Ooh, on the outside, can we take it? No. But maybe on the next corner, cops. No, not quite. There was no space there. But I think we can do it here. Yeah, scenario 7 time. Oh! God damn it! Oh, I think I just took out Magnussen. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna go back so I don't do that, but I want to see how that happened. Oh shit. That was a very bad crash there for Magnussen. Really sorry, buddy. Damn. Anyway, let's go back. I don't want to do that to him. I don't want to do him dirty. I don't want to take someone else out. Yeah, let him pass. Let him pass. We still have 1 more lap to go. So, we can take him on easily. Well, I was holding my line. I think I guess there was just no space. I misjudged it, and there was no space for either of us there. Okay, now into Perez here. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Alright, that's 7th place then. We did a terrible strategy on purpose, and we still made it. Yeah, Perez, I was in front. I was never gonna let him pass there. Good thing he backed out.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
I don't think I have the tires for the fastest lap. I think I used them all up just to... Yeah, I used a lot of tires there just to catch everyone. So I don't have enough grip. But hey, doesn't matter that we didn't get the fastest lap. We had fun. That was a very great, very good pursuit for a few little points. Yeah, P7 is still great. Considering we were last in the one part of the race, this is the first stop. Yeah, I enjoyed this. This was really fun.
Gap to car in front is 3.6 seconds.
So yeah, Hulkenberg is out of reach. He's gonna finish P6, but despite all that, we overtook a lot of people, and we're gonna bring it home in P7. So that's, I believe, maybe 6 points for us on the board. There it is. There's the end of the race. P7.
Alright, race over. Take care of the
Thanks
car
everyone for the
you.
compliments there. About nice drive. Yeah, I enjoyed it. That was a great performance, I think.
And
Given 2
Mercedes
laps, could have
pulled off a
P6.
great victory
Yeah, possibly.
today.
Possibly.
What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
I'd say it was down
Bravo,
once again
thank
to
you,
good,
thank you.
consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions, and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right.
I
today,
mean,
and the
if we
results
did
speak for
the
themselves.
race to the letter, you know, with a normal strategy and all, we would have finished on the podium. We would have finished about maybe P3 or P2. But
After an excellent
we did this for
performance
fun,
at the Grand Prix,
and we
I'm
still
sure
got a
there
great
were
result out of
plenty
it.
of
So I'm not
celebrations
complaining.
tonight
This was
amongst the
a
Mercedes
really
team,
great.
and they certainly deserve it.
And plus, like I said, the game. I think the game is getting too easy. I need to turn up the difficulty now. But we're gonna have to wait until the end of the season to do that. I can't do that in the middle, unfortunately. Anyway, let's go check the results.
And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
I didn't see the trophy.
absolutely gotta be Alexander
You can
Albon. No
post a link if you
hesitation.
want, I
With
believe.
a performance today that's only
You wanna
gonna build
link
further
an image
his
to that.
already growing reputation.
Reserve 3
It's time
Vinco
to
Rocks
check
after this
out
one.
the
Thank you.
constructors' standings.
Thank you for the Vinco Rocks.
Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, Renault move up the table with another strong performance this weekend.
It's got Murray Walker in it. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice tribute.
Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Also noticed that at the credits for the breaking point in F1 2021, there's a little dedication to Murray Walker. And there's also one for Max Mosley, but we don't need to talk about that one. Anyway, final results of the British Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, and Charles Leclerc complete the podium, followed by Sebastian Vettel in the Ferrari and Max Verstappen in the Red Bull. Nico Hulkenberg brings in some points for Renault by finishing 6th place, and after a little bad call strategy-wise, David Tabernacle manages to finish 7th in the Alfa Romeo. Actually, you know, finishing 7th and starting 5th, that is not a terrible result at all. I mean, even if had actually stopped, done just the one stop, I would have been satisfied with this one. But yeah. Behind him, there are Sergio Perez and Kevin Magnussen in the Haas, and Kimi Raikkonen rounds up the points and secures a double points finish for Alfa Romeo. Outside the points are Carlos Sainz and Alexander Albon. Lucas Weber was doing a great race for Williams, but until he had to stop. But a solid result for the German driver. Lance Stroll in the Racing Point goes scoreless yet again, followed by Daniel Ricciardo and Romain Grosjean in the Haas. Daniel Kvyat and Devin Butler wrap up the race for Toro Rosso, still scoreless. And George Russell finishes in last place because Lando Norris, unfortunately, had to retire the car with problems. Let's take a quick look at the highlights. Yeah, you know, in the grand scheme of things, a P7 for Alfa Romeo would have been great. It's great. Italian Jesus hasn't done that yet. That's because he's not here. I picked Kimi Raikkonen as my teammate, so there's no Italian Jesus here for you. Yeah, got a little scrappy there at the start, lost a few places, went a little wide, but in the end, we managed to actually get up to P3, or P4 maybe, no, P3, because we overtook both Ferraris, and we were behind the Mercedes. Then we had an early pit stop, and that's when we caught up to the peloton up ahead. That's getting past Devin Butler, and ahead was also Lucas Weber, Daniel Kvyat. Completed breaking point a few days ago. The deluxe edition. Cinematics are unreal, but the story is a bit meh. Yeah, I mean, they didn't do that thing to its full potential. It could have done a lot better. But yeah, it's just a little bit of fun. I guess it's just a little bit a way to you know, get new people invested in F1 in the F1 games. So it's a good start, and it's not like they're strangers. Codemasters are strangers to putting story modes in video games, in racing games rather. You know, they did in Toka, and now this is just them. They started a little story mode thing here in this game, Formula 2. Although it doesn't really continue into Formula 1, there's a little taster. But yeah, overall, I guess Breaking Point is a solid effort for them for now. Hopefully they can expand on it, maybe. Yeah, I hope they're gonna continue it. Maybe, you know, bring in new characters because I don't know if I don't know how much further they can go with Devin Butler, or I don't know, make it like so we are a new driver, maybe you know, getting into it with Aiden Jackson. Yeah, Aiden Jackson moved into a big team, and then we have another new, maybe we're a new teammate being brought under his wing, maybe. Lucas Weber is apparently retired in the actual storyline, so I don't know how that's gonna work out. And thank you for enjoying the stream, Nikas, because you say that at a good time because the stream is about to end, actually. Yeah, Lucas Weber is a journalist now, apparently, in the actual story mode. If you read the context, the context. But yeah, what do we got here? Few story, complete true clean races. We did it. Okay, cool.
That's very disappointing. I know you
Very
can
disappointing.
do better than that. Take stock of what went wrong so you can get a better result next time.
Here's the debrief. While some positive was done as a team or individual level, your results were disappointing. Well, yeah, of course. But yeah, let's advance this real quick, and then we'll take a look at the standings, and then we will call it for the day. But stick around, everyone, because we're gonna raid somebody, so just stick around for that. Let's give some love to a few friends on Twitch as well. He's a friend of Ackerman. Yeah, he keeps up with Casper Ackerman on emails and such, but he also shows up on the tweets in the menu in the tweets on the phone. Anyway, next up is the Hockenheimring. Is the German Grand Prix. And let's check a few things on the research and development parts. What can we get here?
I recommend we could go for something like this.
I suppose we could have a few chassis developments, but let's do something. Let's give some love to the durability department, yeah? Let's we just had to replace the MG UK, so let's try to have that done for the next race. And maybe let's get the gearbox durability maxed out as well. Yeah, that's it. That's all we can do. Do you think Max will win the World Drivers' Championship this year? There is a chance. I mean, it's still early to call. We're not even halfway through the season. But there is a big chance that he can do it. Oh, look at that. The midfield is all stuck together again. All the teams have been developing their cars, and now we are on par with Racing Point, it seems. Or, no, with Renault, it looks like. We're on par with Renault and Racing Point, and McLaren is just below us. And the Toro Rosso has finally developed themselves a little bit. They're getting back up there. Let's see, what else can we do? Yeah, let's take a look at the standings, how we're doing so far. Alfa Romeo is in 4th place in the standings, after a good few solid efforts from myself, David Tabernacle, and Kimi Räikkönen. David Tabernacle, ourselves, are in 6th place in the standings. We are in front of Alexander Albon in the Red Bull, so we are splitting the Red Bull in the point standings. And Kimi Räikkönen, our teammate, is in 12th place with 15 points to his name. Good effort. And Devin Butler still has not scored a single point since the Australian Grand Prix. He has 8 points there because of a 6th place that he got, but that was it. After that, he has not scored a single point whatsoever. And Lucas Weber and George Russell are still in the back with Williams. After we look here, we can see a few of the overall results. You can see there we got a few podiums, couple of podiums. Today we got a 2nd place in Austria. We had a 3rd place in Canada yesterday. And a few solid results from Räikkönen there in the points. The streak was broken there in France, but he still brought it home in 9th and 10th on the last couple of races. And as you can see there, Devin Butler has not scored a single point since Australia, like I said. He actually retired from the Austrian Grand Prix. And Lucas Weber, he has gotten close, but still, so far, no points for him. And yeah, 2 podiums is good, yes, for a first season from someone who hasn't touched a racing Formula 1 game in years and years. This is pretty decent, I guess. But I'm definitely gonna turn up the difficulty for the next season. Or maybe if I get F1 2021 first, whatever actually happens. But, anyway, that leaves us for the end of the stream. Thank you all very, very much for watching. Thank you all for following. Thank you all for chatting. Thank you all for sticking around here with me on this new thing. I'm very glad that this is all working out so well, and that we also hit affiliate so quickly. We got a few emotes. We got sub badges. We got channel points now. You can all claim whenever you get the points, or if you want to spend a few bits on me, you can claim a few quotes from MSTF1 if you want. But yeah, let's see. Let's check someone to raid here. I think I don't think I have any friends online. Whoops. Let me pause that real quick.
That's a big goal for him.
Hold up. Sorry. Let's see. I don't think I have any few close friends here to raid, but let's go for Retro Brando. Retro Brando is a guy who does Resident Evil speedruns, and I like his content, so I want to show him a little bit of love. Thank you, Nikas. I'm looking forward as well. The next stream is going to be on Wednesday, by the way, so don't expect anything tomorrow or on Monday, because I want to take a little rest. Want to get a little rest before. And yeah. Oh yeah, Eddie Jackson. If you pick Williams or Racing Point and Breaking Point, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Yep, Janis Joplin reference. I know that song. Anyway, let's go raid Retro Brando, and thank you all for the stream. I mean, thank you all for being here, for watching the stream, and hope to see you next time. Take care. Wear a mask and be good now. So, yeah, and thank you for the follow, Speedy Gonzalez. You're just about at the end. Don't worry about that. You can always catch the next one. Anyway, Nikas. Thank you all very much for watching. Go join the raid, and see you later. Bye-bye.